blah, blah, blah.
All right, here we go. Get ready to have a good time. This is exciting, isn't it?
All right, we're on. Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Podcaster? Podcaster?
Garry.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Garry.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He is Garry Meier.
The GarrForce Live is streaming live Friday, April 8th, 2022, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific, and so forth. We're flying Commando on today's edition of the Garry Meier Show Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails, woo, drinks.
That means our in-flight service includes only regular yappetizers and nonsense. No scheduled guests. Our preferred streaming platform is YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForceLIVE YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when we're live. Whether you watch live or catch a replay, be sure to like and share the show on all of your favorite social media channels. That really does help the show. If you've done those things before, it even helps if you do them again. Thanks! Comments are always welcome too. When you comment on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch during a live show, we may display it on the screen, and Garry may talk about it. Now, usually at this point in the show opening, I add a gag, like a Todd Pickering sketch or some Disney news from mouseplanet.com or such. But I've got nothing new for you this week. Yes, I've hit a dry spell, but I'm not alone. Garry hasn't updated his blog in a while, and on a recent podcast he said,
I just can't find anything that locks in that makes me want to share it with you because I don't want to waste your time if I'm just blah, blah, blah. I don't do that, I hope.
So I guess I have a new soundbite to play with.
Blah, blah, blah.
And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa.
Blah, blah, blah.
Now, fasten your seatbelts, it's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live.
Hey everybody, welcome aboard the GarrForce, and I expect a smooth ride, no goo. Got a good one for you tonight, I hope, as Steve Harvey would say. I love that Steve Harvey moment on Family Feud that I talked about this week where the answer was, complete this phrase, pork. And the contestant said, cupine. I love that show. It's gold, Jerry, gold. Let us kick the tires and light the fires. There are the tires. Light them up, Alan. Hey, Alan, where has Todd Pickering been? He hasn't been on in a while.
Yeah, he's had some family stuff going on. He and I have been in touch, but we'll have him on in a few weeks.
Yeah, I miss him. And as I heard in the opening there, I haven't updated my blog in a while. Maybe this is the effect of COVID. I'm just hitting a dry spell on some stuff, and I can't come up with anything that merits a blog. And as I stated there, why waste your time if I'm just going to fill that space with nothing? So until I get something, I'm just going to leave whatever. And it was about Putin, I believe, and the baseball strike. That's how old that is. Okay. Well, let's bring on Leslie so she can pop the condom and get this thing started. There it is. It's got a good head on it.
Got me a nice Ferrari Carano Sauvignon Blanc today, and we definitely.
That thing's got some build up.
We got some build up. Yeah.
You gonna rule it out,
kids?
You ready? Oh, bingo! Santa Domingo.
Yay!
You're ready to go.
Mommy needs some medicine today.
Yes, Mommy does, and Daddy does too. Because I'm noticing with my life that Cocktail Friday has now bled into Cocktail Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, and that's the story of Casual Friday. As I've mentioned, it started with one day, and now every day's casual. That's what's happening with the cocktail show. I just need something in the middle of the week now to get to the weekend. Is that a problem?
Another couple weeks, and Gary's going to be going to the grocery store with the sweatpants that say "juicy" on the back and his shower sandals.
And then you'll know I have given up. I've completely given up if that happens. Okay, so you're giving away that wine condom, not that one, but another one
I
in
got a
its
freshie
wrapper.
for you.
That's a fresh one.
Go.
And something.
I just ordered a whole bunch. They arrived yesterday. I've got enough to get us through the next couple months. So here you go, too.
Okay. And in addition to that, you will give away one of two things, right?
I'm thinking I'm going to give two things away.
Okay.
I'll give you both. I'll pull something out of the fun bag. The GarrForce grab bag of fun. And I've got a little something special today.
Okay.
Too.
And you'll talk about that later?
Sure. Unless you want to talk about it now.
Well, let me first of all say hello to people who have checked in. You've got Martin from British Columbia. He's here every week, and we appreciate that. Lloydster is here all the time, too. Michael said Al Blades fixes horrible yards. It's very zen. I don't know who that is, Al Blades. Do you know who that is?
It's
is
probably
that a show?
his gardener.
Okay. And as I have mentioned, I can't stand.
I'll give you 20% off if you mention me on that podcast.
Something like that. I can't stand junk in people's yards, and apparently there's a show or something where this guy cleans yards, and anything that involves cleaning is very zen for me, and I know Leslie, and we have admitted this. We're okay, here we go. This is a double anal. What you're watching right here is a double anal because we're very anal people. We like things in order. We like things clean. And I know some people think we're irritating, but we can't help it. This is what David said. Let your schnauzer get frostbite. Don't let your schnauzer get frostbite because I guess some of the areas, it's the two seasons fighting each other. And it's not spring entirely because winter wants some of its dew still, even though it's gone, but it's still in the atmosphere, and your schnauzer might get frostbite if you don't take care of it, is what that means.
We here in the Chicago area had snow today. It didn't stick, but we had snow.
Okay, and it's April. Let's put up Keely Ann because she's the first one that checks in every week, and she says, I caught the Uber driver adjusting his mirror to get a better look at my schnauzer. Good vibes. Keely. Keely.
Janice is giving her a run for her money today, though, because Janice says she's got two schnauzers.
Two? I love the double schnauzer. As you know, I start my day off and don't draw any conclusions with a double beaver. Two leave it to beavers back to back. That gets me in a good mood. Scott said, Alan, slam the screen door. Let's get things going. Scott's in San Antonio. You got the screen door, Alan?
I do. It's right here. Here it comes.
We got Donna and Deborah and Johnny from Michigan. Kathy's from Michigan. And I'm going to the screen door. Going to the screen door to say hello to Robert and Doug.
Gary.
I think we decided that's upside down, Gary.
Yeah. There we go.
And Gregory, did I say Gregory need a hot day?
Double anal. It's how we work.
Yeah. Double anal. I agree. I don't want any mistakes here. Gregory saying that we need a hot day with hot soup because, as I've mentioned, I will eat hot soup al fresco because I love heat. If you live in a northern climate, I want heat. I love heat, and I'll eat hot soup outside in the middle of summer. I don't care. Cindy, driving and listening. That's a good thing to do. It calms your nerves as you drive. Catherine, love them screen doors. And this was sent to me by Tracy from Racine, Wisconsin. Tracy's a big fan of the show. She sends us Kringle and all kinds of stuff. I love getting these little gifts.
She's the one that sent me that really cool product that allows women to go potty standing up.
Yes.
It's the female funnel or something like that. It's got a
Do you
great
still
name.
have it?
I think I do. Hold on a second.
You might want to give that away if she'll agree that you would give that away if it's okay with her.
Yep, here it is.
Yeah, say you're in an area where you don't want to sit down as a woman and you have to pee-pee. There it is. That will keep you from touching anything. Is that on the block?
You know what? Let's put it in the grab bag of fun.
Okay.
No
Not that
reason
you're
why we-
regifting, but I think Tracy would be cool with that.
Oh, she's cool with a lot of things. That's why we love her so much. Uh-oh. I think I just ruined the grab bag of fun. Oops.
Did you
Anyway.
screw up with the fun bag? Did you
I
rip the
did.
fun
I
bag?
think
I hope you
I-
did not. Hey, next
Oh.
week, speaking of fun, the official bartender of the GarrForce, Jenna Duddleson, will be on to give us her Easter drink. And then before we went on live here, Keith, producer Keith, and Ryan, Wisconsin reporter, they're all throwing, hey, do you know what April 15th is? It is, okay, Keith, come on and tell us what that is the anniversary of.
Garry, that is the anniversary of the Titanic. In addition to being tax day and the day Lincoln got shot too.
And Lincoln got shot.
Yeah.
And the Titanic sunk. And that is Keith's Titanic made out of balsa wood from scratch. That's unbelievable. And then Ryan has the Titanic made out of Lego bricks.
Mm-hmm.
It's dueling Titanics.
Listen, all I'm saying is he got instructions for his.
Yeah, you from scratch. You built that thing with balsa wood just on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very nice.
You sweet little nerd, you.
You sweet nerd ass, you. All right, I'll ask Jenna, in addition to an Easter drink, if she wants to do a Lincoln getting shot, a shot. Lincoln shot.
Oh, there you go.
And a Titanic drink. Next week, Jenna. She is good. And I'll post in advance what she's going to make so you can make it with her next Friday on the program.
She wants to use tomato juice and some vodka. We could have a Bloody Abe going or something like that.
Okay.
Well,
No.
so many ideas.
Hey, I'm always looking for an excuse to drink, so I don't think I have a problem. And we got some really sad news today. A colleague of ours passed away. Jim Ramsey was a weatherman on WGN TV and radio, and we worked with him on the radio side. And he died today at the age of 69. And Jim was aces. He played with anything we threw at him. And we had so much fun with Jim. And one of the things we did when they moved us from the radio, the AM signal, to the digital platform, we really hit the gas.
Successful radio show that you were doing.
They came to me and said, Garry, listen, you're way too successful. That's not the direction we want to go in. So we're going to move you to our digital platform, okay? And I thought, well, digital's the thing. This was 7 years ago. We went to the digital.
There.
We were successful there, and they went, Garry, this success is making us uncomfortable. We're not used to it. We don't like success. We're going to have to ask you to leave. Okay, fine. But Jim was on during the digital days and before that. But when we got on the digital platform, Jim really stretched out. And what I did with Jim, do you remember the campaign to promote the state of Michigan where Tim Allen was the voice of Michigan?
Right.
And I thought Jim had this wonderful voice. So I wrote scripts for Jim to promote the state of Illinois and Chicago. And of course, it was all nonsensy, smart-assy
Maybe
stuff.
not as feel-goody as those Michigan spots.
I pointed out all the warts and chinks in the armor of the state and the city, and Jim read it straight, and it was gold, Jerry, gold. And Jim was a great sport and always willing to play with whatever we threw at him. Great sense of humor. And he had this credo that he lived by. And I said, Jim, why, you seem so happy all the time. What's your philosophy? What can you tell us? And he said, Garry, the best thing to do is live life with low expectations. And I'll tell you what, boy, that guy, I think, hit it on the head, the nail on the head. That's what we should do, because we're always chasing shit. And even if you win the rat race, you're still a rat, as Lily Tomlin said. And isn't it true? I mean, we're all grabbing on to whatever we think is the ride that we need to be on and running ourselves into the ground. For what? 2 years ago, you were doing everything right. And then in a New York second, everything hit a wall, and we're sitting here going, what happened? I thought this was the plan. There's no guarantee. The universe is in charge. If the universe wants to shut us down, we're doomed. Why are we doing all this other crap? Why don't we enjoy each moment? I know it's cliche. I know we've heard this on every bumper sticker and self-help book. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the day, but it's true. It's absolutely true. We're running to something out there that we think we can attain, and it's going to be better on the other side if we get there, and we just have to achieve more, and it's over. And oh, what happened? Well, Jim Ramsey, you were the best. You played ball with us. We had a blast with you every time you were on, and this is to your life. And we're sad that at the age of 69, Jim was taken from us. I called Jim several months ago to see if he wanted to be on this show. And as we're talking, he said, Garry, I don't have the technology to hook up to anything. I don't live in that technology world. And as it turns out, there was nothing he had that would hook him up to this show. He didn't have any of this. He didn't want any of this.
He had like landlines, and that was pretty much it. And if you wanted to get a hold of him, you could get a hold of him by calling him on the telephone.
I called him on his phone and we talked, and that was it. I said, Jim, I'd love to have you on the show. People ask about you all the time. I don't have a computer. I don't do any of that. And I thought, that's Jim. That's the way I'm going to remember him. And when I got the news today, it was one of those things. At the start of the pandemic, right at the start, I got the call that my good friend and this great actor, Brian Dennehy, died. And I don't think I've recovered from that because Brian and I were very close. And that started the pandemic for me. And all of us have been in this spin cycle for 2 years. Anything that adds in to that spin knocks you even harder because we're already with our nervous system shot. And then to add this stuff, any kind of death of a good friend, just knocks you for a loop.
And especially, maybe it's us getting older, but when the number is still in the 60s and we've had friends in the 50s, and it's like, oh, come on already. Weren't we be living to be 150 by now? But
yes,
no,
that would be nice. And if you have parents who are elderly, aren't you in that kind of frame where you're thinking, I'm going to get this call? My mother's 94 and she's okay, but still, you're 94. You know what that is? That's 94. And you're just waiting. Hopefully it'll be another 100 years, but that's not going to happen. And you're just waiting. And this is that point where as you get older, those phone calls are going to be coming in more often than they would 30, 40 years ago. And I don't mean to be a downer here. It's just that we've had the sad death of a friend here. I think redundancy is there. Sad death. That's redundant. I know, but it started the day for me. And now we're at this point, but he was great. Jim Ramsey was great. He would fill in. Tom Skilling is the main weather guy in Chicago. Tom was on my show every day. And then when Tom was on vacation, Jim would fill in. And I remember, do you remember the remote broadcast we did, the Christmas remote, where I had Jim and Tom at the remote doing the weather for the TV station? Was that the one where Donny Osmond was on? And Donny Osmond came up?
Not quite sure because I was told that I could never go to those things.
Okay, well,
management didn't want me going because Les, it's really important that you just stay back at the office. Well, why? You just have to stay back at the office. I don't know. I clean up. I took a shower.
I know.
Look at me. I put a little makeup on. I try to doll it up, but
I'm quoting Al Pacino from Scent of a Woman. If I was half the man I used to be, I'd take a flamethrower to this place, and that would be those radio stations. The nonsense that we endured in those latter years is hard to believe. And when you say it, I think people think you're exaggerating, and we're not.
No. So back to your story. So you're doing the Christmas remote and you have Jim and Tom Skilling there at the same time?
Yes. Yes. Two weather treasures in Chicago. And I think that was the one that Donny Osmond came up on the show and sang. And we were at the top of the John Hancock building in Chicago. That's one of the big buildings. And we had about 30 listeners. And it was a wonderful time, open bar. Everybody's having a good time. Of course, that has been sucked out of the radio universe for some reason. again, they looked at me and went, Garry, we looked at that. You're having a good time. The listeners are having a good time.
People love it.
People like it. We don't want to have a good time. Why are you having a good time? Good time? No. Verboten. We don't want to have a good time. Why are you doing that?
Hey, I'm part of the show. Can I go to the party?
Yeah, can Leslie come to the remote? No.
No.
We'd rather she stay and do what she could do at the remote from her
She might
office.
have a good time, and we're really anti-good time around here.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'll be damned if I'm not going to start enjoying whatever moments I have. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, let's make that our mission here to just enjoy every day. And I know it's a cliche. Yes, we've heard it a million times, but God damn it, that's all we have.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't have any guarantee. There are no guarantees in life. We have to just suck up every moment. And that's why I think the mission of this show is, and that's been the mission of everything I've done in radio. I just want to have a good time. I really don't have an agenda. I don't know what you've read. I don't know what people have told you. I don't have an agenda. I want to have a good time. And when I went in with that, some people looked at me like I was crazy. And I thought, well, why are we on the radio? Why are we doing this? This is a good job. Let's have a good time. That's all it is. Oh, I don't know about that. I'd like to suck the energy out of the room. Is that okay? No. I want to have a good time. Party time. It's and one of the descriptors of what we were doing back in the day was, and I think this is apt, high school with money. Remember high school, the good times of high school? If you had money, that was what we were trying to achieve until it went south.
And with that, for some reason, there's this thing that happens when you're having a good time and your audience is having a good time and you're getting paid. And then it also makes money for the radio station.
Yes.
And yet somehow they
When-
would go,
right. When did
Hey,
having a good time become negative and bad and everything else? I just want to have a good time. We're here for a short time. Isn't that good enough to have a good time? Every day should be a good time. It's a short existence. And we act like we have a million years here. We can take our time. No. See my drink? It's half gone.
And we're going to keep our expectations low in honor of Jim Ramsey. But, then we end up having a good time. And because you're not chasing that thing all the time, you're just embracing the moment, and then it all kind of works out usually.
Yeah. Another guy I worked with is in the early stages of Alzheimer's. If you remember this man on a radio show I was on, Jim Johnson, he was the news guy. And they're putting together a tribute to him. And one of the phrases he had, and it's funny, these guys all come up with these phrases that are kind of, hey, what the fuck? And his phrase was, nothing's going to be all right. He would always, in fact, I talked to Jim a few weeks ago at the end of the conversation, even though he's in the early stages of Alzheimer's, he ends the conversation with, and nothing's going to be all right. And I thought that's a Jimism. And I haven't worked with Jim for 18 years. And he still had that, which I remembered from the days we worked together.
Oh, Lordy.
I hope this isn't a bring down. I hope it isn't. I think it's time to talk about why we're here, and we don't know that. And we talked about this week, the scientists that are putting these signals out into deep space to hopefully connect with intelligent aliens. Screw that.
Much to your chagrin, contrary to everything Stephen Hawking warned us about. No, I
don't want to fuck around with deep space. We got enough problems right here. I don't need any other universe out there going, hey, there it is. There it is. The big Blue Origin rocket. Yeah, baby.
Within the next couple of weeks, we're going to start getting the pictures from the Webb telescope. So, I mean, hold on to your self.
I'm holding on to everything. I really am.
Because it's going to get weirder.
I don't want to know. I can't figure this out. I don't need other information of deep space. Oh, here, and the purpose of the Webb telescope is to find the beginning of the universe. Oh yeah, like we can comprehend that.
So
I
is
get
it going
it.
to be like? Did you see the Truman Show? Most of you have
Yes.
seen the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, is it going to be that thing where he takes the boat out and then just hits that wall when you
Yeah.
realize that's where the
Right.
studio
The
stops?
beginning of the universe, is there an on-off switch? Universe, on, off, on, off. Stop it. Stephen Hawking was not a dumb guy. If he says, don't do that, don't do that.
I think Carl Sagan was of a similar mind. You poke around and all of a sudden you're going to get stung.
I'll be honest with you. I'm very lit up right now because I just, when I got the Jim Ramsey news, that set me off, and we're coming out of this, whatever this pandemic is, but now I'm hearing that it's flaring up in other areas, and I can't take it. I really can't take it. I can't go and isolate anymore. I'm not going to isolate. Not going to isolate. Not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
Well,
not wearing a mask.
Like half of Washington is now infected, and they're saying like,
yeah,
what happens if like the hierarchy just disappears one
right
day?
All of a sudden everybody in Washington drops dead? Well, some people will go, hey, not bad, okay.
You can't, I mean, these are the planners, so if the planners can't figure it out,
yeah,
the rest of us should just
yeah
have a good time.
I always say, ask the dinosaurs how that worked out for them. Yeah,
we had plans, we had
right,
we had some projects in the works, but yeah, no.
Hey, a number of people have sent me this story, and I love, as I said, I love when people see a story and go, I'll bet Garry would really like this story. I think of Garry when I see the story.
Screwed up. Let's send it to Garry.
Although this is a lottery story, and you know how I like odd lottery stories. Have you heard this story?
I'm using it, I think.
You're going to use it?
Is it out of California?
Yes. Okay. You have it?
We'll have that.
Okay.
Yes.
Because this is weird. If this, in fact, really happened, this is weird.
Yeah.
And I love weird lottery stories, as you know.
Well, and isn't it cool? We're all on the same page with this because we see something like that and go, yep, that's our wheelhouse. We see coverage of Ukraine. We go, no, not going to cover it.
Not going to cover. Hey, let me ask you something, Leslie, because as I said, this is a double anal kind of situation. What do you do an hour
today?
That's what I'm going to ask you. What do you do an hour or two before we do this?
I'm finishing up showering and doing my hair and everything. Then I pile up my computers because I have the laptop, I have the iPad, and I have my phone. I get there's a checklist kind of. I arrange the broadcast nook here. I bring whatever pertinent items are necessary, including, today's condom that has to be set up here. And yeah, I did my vacuuming earlier this morning.
See, this is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at a double anal here because I have a whole thing on Friday's a thing.
Yeah.
I start the day with a double beaver, 2 back-to-back, leave at the beavers. That starts my day. And then I think, okay, if it's in the summertime, it's a weed whack, a stump grind, a power wash. It's in that vein. I got to do that. It's still not at that point. So I go to your list of I swiftered, I vacuumed, and I'm doing all kinds of cleaning. I've got to do it. An hour before the show, I got to start cleaning because that gets my mind in a Zen position.
Well, and in my case, everything on the desk here has to be aligned properly.
Yeah. Okay. A Rain Man was on the cable last night, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm Rain Man. Yeah. Wapner.
Now,
yeah.
If you could just count cards, man, that would be
Wapner,
cool.
People's Court. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm
double
thinking,
beaver.
Double beaver. Gotta do double. Gotta swifter. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Woo! Wow. Okay. How's everybody feeling so far? Good?
Sorry we had to, start on a difficult note here, but he was a friend and he deserves to be recognized for his body of work.
Yeah. He was
and
such a great addition.
His philosophy, man. Anyway,
All right.
Ryan's with us.
Ryan has been dealing with some medical stuff on his own. You were at the doctor today. Are you okay?
I am. I waited 75 minutes to see the doctor, so it was just a routine thing. But
a routine?
Yes, and my wife had a little procedure done too, so it's been heavy medical this week.
And she's okay?
She's doing great. Yep, she's home. She got out of the hospital today, and she's home resting. So
good.
And I made my 16-hour trek back from South Carolina.
Okay, you said last week you might stop halfway, but you went 16 hours straight, right?
I did. I got to Indy, and I thought, what's another 295 miles? So I just.
What's that like when you get home and you are now 16 hours after a road trip? Do you have any leg strength? Can you get out of the car?
You can get out of the car, but then when you get inside, it's like you think you'd want to go to sleep, but then you're just so fried. It takes a while to get unwound, So it was probably 3 a.m. before I went to bed.
He couldn't close his eyes. They had actually just frozen open.
They were like Clockwork Orange. They had toothpicks holding them open. Why didn't you stop halfway?
Well, I was going to stop at Indy, and I pulled into a hotel, and then I was going to do the app because I thought I'd get a cheaper price, and I couldn't get the credit card to work. And then I realized, wow, what's another 295 miles, and drove off.
It's 295 miles. That's what it is.
Yep. And the roads were trash-filled roads. I tell you that the whole way up, and I saw the trick we always like: stop at a stoplight, open your door, and dump your cigarettes out. I saw that. I saw that 2 or 3 times.
I give up. I mean, really, between the plastic bags on the barbed wire around places that they need to secure, those dangling. I've told this story where I see plastic bags on barbed wire, and I want to pull over and take them down. I mean, I'm nuts. I know I'm nuts. I cleaned other people's driveways of oil. I'm nuts. I'm fucking nuts. Okay. I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
And I saw a lot of people having unsecured loads, either plastic or crap flying off as we were going down the road too. If they had semis had the stuff strapped down, but all the plastic was just, it was a kind of a nightmare to be behind.
I don't understand.
So if they can't get the plastic right, what about the little ankle bracelets that are holding those big steel coils in place?
Yeah, exactly. You got that big steel coil, and a little ankle bracelet just holding it down, and you're driving behind it.
Mm-hmm. And it's in construction, and you can't pass. You're stuck. You're stuck there. So, and I did visit a supermarket in North Carolina, and they have goo in the belts too. So I determined it wasn't just Wisconsin.
Goo in the belts is a great clown name. And you said you stood in a line or sat in a line for gas somewhere.
I did. I pulled into, actually, I went past it, realized it was going to be pretty heavy traffic, turned around and came back, and I sat 20 minutes for gas. I mean, they were 4 or 5 deep. It was like, where am I? It was just like a Twilight Zone
episode. Down there in the South?
Mid-4s.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I saw it. This was like 4.15, but diesel was almost 5. In most places, diesel was 5, but this was just not even truck side where all these cars were lined up. But that was like 4 deep. And then everybody would move out of the pump and then go park and then go inside. So I just got gas and got the heck out of there.
I'm so glad last year when it was 3:15 that I filled up a bunch of 5-gallon cans and wrapped them in tinfoil and put them in the closet. I feel good about that.
It doesn't expire, Gary. There's no expiration date.
No, there isn't. It's safe as hell. Don't worry about it.
It is.
When you show up with the garbage can, though, they do give you the stink eye when you start filling those. $3.99 at Delta Sonic, but you got to buy the car wash. But hey,
anything with a 3 in front of it, that's winning the lottery.
Excited. Yes.
So you have employed your son, Ryan, this week.
I did. I ended up doing the video, and I get things not always right. And Alan says, "Oh, you're off center." He said, "You don't really have much of a head. It's your choice if you want to leave it or not." So I picked Tank up from school and said, "Hey, do you want to go re-record it?" And he said, "Well, can I do a little recording?" And I said, "Yeah." So we went back to the studio and recorded it.
What do you mean you don't have much of a head?
I had the camera wrong, so part of my head was off there. So when I sent it to Alan, he said, "Yeah, you didn't do it right." And I thought, "Oh, okay."
I'm really enjoying this hairstyle, this Julius Caesar hairstyle that you've adopted. Very nice.
Everybody kind of says, "Hey, you change your hair a lot." And I said, you just,
Yes, you do.
And that's not a rug. That's your real hair.
It is my real hair.
Right, because a lot of people go, "That's a rug." You just plop that down, and that's a rug. Yeah. All right, let's hear what Hank has to say.
When I'm done, I did a little bit of follow-up for the last story in my recording. I had the mug shot of the guy, so you got to see the mug shot because I didn't have it when I recorded the story. So
Okay.
You want to see Hank's piece first?
Yes.
They're
Hank.
separate pieces. All right.
Yes.
Here it is.
Hey, Hank, and I hope you have a happy Easter.
To take over Ryan's position on the
And as
Wisconsin
Leslie
report.
noted, you need to start skipping when you're done. You know, just don't walk
Yes,
off.
I want
gotta
you to skip off when you're done with your report.
Yeah, I think if we all just skipped a little bit more, the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
What
Skipping.
is it? Why did we stop? It's a fun way to propel yourself forward. Skipping,
Yes.
guys.
So you have a Wisconsin report too, I would imagine.
I do.
All right. Alan, you ready?
It's Wisconsin, yeah, hey.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan, and I have an update this week from Wisconsin. I'm back from my road trip to Tennessee, so this will be the Wisconsin report this week, not the Tennessee report. My theme this week's going to be around spring cleaning. Now that the weather's warm, everybody is wanting to clean their house and clean up all the junk in their yard. Well, in Milwaukee, someone took $333 worth of Tide Pods from the Walgreens. My question is, how did they get those Tide Pods out of the store? Did they take them out of the packaging and put them in their pockets, or did they put the big containers under their shirt or in their pants? The news report didn't say, but they said, hey, he must have had a lot of laundry and a lot of cleaning to do at his house. I don't know if that's the way to do it, is go to steal Tide Pods from Walgreens. Staying with the cleaning theme is if you get pulled over and you're not really clean and you want to be freshened up before you go to jail, all you do is walk around your car and jump into the river. Well, this happened in Milwaukee. There was a traffic stop, and rather than talk to the officer or try to get out of the ticket, they got out of the car, walked over to the bridge, and jumped into the river. Needless to say, that didn't make the cops go away. They just waited for him to swim to ashore, and then they arrested him and took him to jail. Nothing like going to jail all wet and soggy after a swim in the river. I hope you have a great weekend, and get ready for Easter next week.
$300 and some of Tide Pods?
Uh-huh.
Are the kids still eating those?
I don't know. Maybe
Smell
there's
delicious.
there's a resale. I don't know, but they usually come in those big bins with the childproof locks. I didn't know how you would get out with those. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Do you want to put Alan? I shared the screen of what the guy's mugshot that jumped in the river.
There he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a guy that would jump in the river.
No, not at all.
Nice.
Is that his hair before he?
No,
jumped
this
in
would
the
be
river?
after the swim.
After?
So this is post swim. So it frizzed out on him.
It's funny that ne'er-do-wells always look like ne'er-do-wells no matter what time of day.
Yes.
They have a ne'er-do-well look.
So maybe he thought he could just get away, but it was right. The traffic stop was right there on the bridge, and he jumped over and went for a swim.
Did the cops play the sad trombone sound just before he took this picture?
Wah,
wah. Use a hairbrush and a shave.
Oh my God. Okay. Thank you, Alan, and thank you, Hank. Appreciate it. Hope Jamie's feeling better.
Yes. Thank you.
Good.
Have a good weekend.
All right.
Out of here.
All right. Hey, you know what I'm thinking, Leslie, as far as the giveaway? Hashtag Jim Ramsey. Let's honor him in the hashtag giveaway. Put hashtag Jim Ramsey in. And at the end of the show, Alan will push a button and give away the condom and whatever you pull out of the fun bag and the calendar.
And this calendar. I went looking for some letters from convicts because, that was from last week.
Last week.
There we are.
Hashtag Jim Ramsey. Yeah.
There you go. I was looking for some letters from convicts and I couldn't find those. But what I did come across was this calendar from the Scott Forsman Publishing Company, 1978-79, because it follows the school year because they make, they make books like Question and Form in Literature. And I'm in there. I'm in this book from a Good Counsel production of Our Town, which is also featured in this calendar. Now, we found out before the show that there is extra value because this calendar is
It's
going to
upside
be
down.
good. I'm sorry, there you
There
go.
it is.
This calendar is going to be good next year.
It's going to sync up again.
Yep. So, so you get this, and it'll be like, "Where's Waldo?" You have to go through there, but there is a picture of me in this calendar at one point. And then I will. Should I dig into the fun bag now, or should we wait until?
Pull out the whatever.
Let's see. Okay. Okay, that urinal wants to pop out, but let's dig a little deeper. Or glow sticks.
Glow sticks. Okay.
Glow sticks. So
now you're
glow
not giving
sticks.
away the female urinal. You're going to
Not
put that in
today.
the bag. And
I put it in there deep,
Okay.
so it's
So,
in there for a future show.
condom and the glow sticks are going out to whomever the computer picks at the end of the show,
And the calendar that they can use.
and the
next year.
wine condom.
Yep.
That's the package. All right. Jim Ramsey is in motion here. Put that in there. Hashtag Jim Ramsey. And Ellen will hit the button at the end of the show and we'll have a winner. Okay. That sounds good.
I hope so. Enjoy.
Let's pay homage to the fine sponsors of the program. First, Bettenhausen Automotive will be up here and tell us what they've got going. Right, Alan?
Get out of the office and into adventure during the Jeep Celebration event going on now at Bettenhausen Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on 159th Street in Tinley Park. Right now, Bettenhausen has the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee L in stock. Lease a new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Laredo for only $419 per month. Your best Jeep buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
A relative just bought one of those Cherokee L's. Oh, my God. All the seats have massage features. There are cameras that show you what's going on in the back. You can live in this damn car. It's
Probably
fantastic.
nicer than most people's homes. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, my. It's unbelievable. And they've got a lot in stock at Bettenhausen. Are you looking for a mortgage? I would recommend this man here and his team, David Hochberg. I love this man. If I wasn't married, Leslie, I don't know.
I think your wife would let you cheat with him because he's just that swell of a dude.
I know he is. And if you have mortgage questions, call for the free consultation, those numbers that were on the screen, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. And hopefully you'll do business with them because they know everything about mortgages and refi and VA loans and everything that goes with that. I know I'm slurring, but I've had a rough day.
Yeah.
You know, have you had a rough day?
Daddy's had some medicine today. We understand.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Full refund, but I just really, at this point, whatever. David Hochberg, call those numbers. Go to the website. He's the guy. There they are. All right. Thank you, Alan.
Garry,
Okay.
Breaking news.
What is it?
The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences doling out a slap on the wrist for Will Smith. The Academy's Board of Governors met in special session today and decided that because of the slap heard round the world, Mr. Smith is now barred from attending any and all Academy-sponsored events for the next 10 years. He will, however, be allowed to keep his one and only Oscar, and he will be eligible for future nominations and wins.
Is that really a punishment? If he can get nominated and win, he's still kind of in the mix here.
You know, but he doesn't get to go to the award
I know,
show.
but still, he's still there.
So will Jada go without him?
Yeah.
Because she threw him under the bus just
Right.
like 2 days ago. She's like, "Why'd he stand up for me? I'm a strong woman, and I
Here
didn't
we
need
go.
him to." I'm like, "Thanks,
Here we
Jada."
go. Yeah, really. Wow.
So, yeah.
Weirdos.
So he gets to save money on suit rentals for the next 10 years. Ta-da. Do you want more?
Yes.
This is the lottery story you were referring to. Last November, La Quedra Edwards.
LaQuadra Edgua
It's a difficult name. LaQuadra Edwards put $40 into a lottery ticket vending machine at a grocery store in Los Angeles. And just as she was about to push the button on some inexpensive tickets, a stranger bumped into her, causing her to inadvertently press a button on a $30 ticket instead. She says she was annoyed that she had just dropped most of her cash on a single ticket, but it was too late to do anything about it, so she went out to her car and started scratching, only to find out that she just won the top prize of $10 million. Ms. Edwards says she's going to use some of that money to buy a house and start a nonprofit organization.
Okay, let's walk through this. She had $40.
Right.
She put it in the machine. If you play scratchies, you put the money in and it says you have, in this case, $40 of credit. And
Ding,
they
ding.
have
Yeah.
$30 tickets. They have $20, 10, 5, 2, 1. And she played the smaller value tickets usually. So she was going to get a bunch of smaller value tickets. She claims a guy bumped into her and she hit the button and that ticket came out, a $30 ticket. She was not going to play that.
Right.
That was the $10 million winner. That's bizarre.
That blows your mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, she said that the guy didn't even issue an apology for banging into her. But I'm thinking, man, if you had connected, would you have to give him a slice of that pie then?
Apology. Thank him.
I know, exactly.
That's
so
amazing.
That's a good one. There's this robotics team in Japan right now, and they're currently working on designing a robot that can peel a banana. And it turns out this is no easy task. It takes a lot of dexterity to remove the skin without damaging the fruit inside, but there are strides being made at this university. The dual-armed robot at the University of Tokyo is now getting it right 57% of the time. It took about 13 hours of repeated peeling to get to this point, but the robotics creators say they think a little bit more practice and this robot's going to get it right every time pretty soon.
Why do we need a robot to peel a banana?
Okay, that was my question. Obviously, they're trying to test the dexterity, but who was it who went, I bet you we could get a really big grant for peeling bananas?
Yeah, I really need a robot to peel a banana. I really don't want to do that.
And it turns out that I've seen monkeys do it, and they even take the strings off. So it's really not like it's
Okay, I understand why
American-
monkeys do it.
like to get to the banana, but so I don't.
We need a robot at Chipotle making the tacos. Done. Good.
And they've got one that does it, and it even inputs flaws in those tortillas because otherwise it wouldn't feel like a human experience.
Right.
And folks, we have jumped the shark. Believe it or not, today, April 8th, is Dog Farting Awareness Day. It started back online in 2014, has been evolving ever since. They're trying to give it a shred of legitimacy, aiming now to raise awareness about canine digestive health. Something Gary's had a lot of.
Yeah, Flynn has had a little run here of runs, and he does break wind every now and then when you're sitting with him. All of a sudden, Flynn, come on.
Does he even
stop.
does he look at you like, yeah, I did that?
Yeah. What am I going to do? I'm a dog. I have to break wind.
I would leave the room, but I didn't know that was a thing.
You are qualified to be on XM Sirius Radio. A lot of the DJs on those channels do that kind of stuff.
So with that, just so you know, it's also Draw a Picture of a Bird Day, National Zoo Lovers Day, and National Empanada Day.
Yeah, that's what they do.
That's what they
you
do.
hear a lot of these DJs, hey, it's National Break Wind Day for dogs, man.
Yeah, that's a good one. I got one more for you here. A woman who authored a blog titled How to Murder Your Husband is on trial right now for murdering her husband. Nancy Crampton Brophy is accused of the 2018 murder of her husband, Daniel. Prosecutors allege she did it to collect on a $1.4 million insurance policy. She's pleading not guilty. The judge in the case has decided that the jury will not be hearing about the How to Murder Your Husband blog, determining that any value it might have is outweighed by the prejudice it might cause.
Okay. Okay. Well, she wrote the book on it, and and she's an expert, so that's good.
And
for
this
her.
is why I clear my search history like
Yeah.
every other
Oops.
day.
Yeah.
Well, that, and so the New York Times doesn't keep track of my Wordle score. But
Gregory wants to know, can a robot remove the wine condom?
now, see, there is a legitimate use for a robot because it does take dexterity, and I don't know if a robot would appreciate the trajectory, but we do.
I want my robot to make a taco. That's all I need the robot for. Are you ready to give something away?
I think I am. Are you guys all cute? Hey, and please, if you've won before,
Yeah.
I'm actually keeping track now. If you've won before, please take yourself out of the running so that everybody gets a chance.
Yes, please do that. Greg wants to know what my Band-Aids are. Well, I've got the Bugs Bunny, I've got the pizza one, and the ones you sent me, Leslie, the Shakespeare Band-Aids. The Shakespeare Band-Aid today says, draw, you rogue, or I'll carbonardo your shanks.
Oh.
That's how Shakespeare talked. Okay, that's
Did
what I
he?
got here.
Okay.
All right?
I didn't know he ever carbonaroed.
Carbonado your shanks over by there. That's what that says.
I do believe he shanked it a bit, because that's, they even called the king Short Shanks for a while there. Oh no,
Yeah,
that was the mayor of Chicago. Anyway,
they
whatever.
talked funny back then. Right? Okay. Are you ready to hit the button, Alan?
Yes, sir. Let's bring it on the screen.
All right.
And
Big
here we
prize
go.
package. Here we go. Scott. All right, Scott, you're going to get the condom and the calendar, right?
Condom, calendar, and some glow sticks.
And
That's
some
a
glow
triple
sticks.
threat.
That's a nice package.
So, Scott, send a private message to Gary's Facebook account with your address. And if you don't want to do that, send him a text at 773-888-2157 or an email at GarryMeierShow@GarryMeier.com.
Wait,
What?
Scott
Wait,
says
Scott,
I'm out of the
that's-
running. Wait, is
Pick
Scott
somebody
a previous
else.
winner? Hold on a second.
Has he won before?
Let me double check here.
Yeah, it says pick somebody else. That's what he says.
Okay.
If he's disqualifying himself, we'll push the button again.
Yeah. I mean,
All right.
he said pick somebody else. Okay, run it again, Alan.
All right.
He said it.
Get the booper ready, Gary.
Get the
Here it
booper.
is.
The
Here it
booper.
is.
Here we go. Karen. I think Karen's won before. Has she won
Karen-
before?
I'm sorry, Karen who?
I think Karen has one before.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Wait.
Karen, have you won before? Text us.
Hang on. Karen.
Let us know, because we need to spread this out a little bit.
I'm not seeing Karen on the list. Wait.
I don't
Karen-
know. I know
what's Karen's
she's
last
part
name?
of the show all the time, but if she hasn't, great.
Karen Burkhalter? No, I think Karen.
No? She's good?
I'm pretty sure she's.
Karen Burkhalter. Okay.
I know nothing.
No. Okay, we're
it
doing
looks
Hogan's
like-
Heroes.
Karen says she has not won before. So
Karen,
congratulations.
I
Karen.
apologize. Karen is part of the mix here, and I'm glad she won because she's a big fan. Karen's going to get the calendar, the condom, and the glow sticks.
Glow sticks.
Nice. Karen, congratulations. Appreciate
So go ahead
your
and
support.
Go ahead and either message Gary's Facebook account, or I see you've answered here on YouTube, so you could also send an email or a text, just like we described a moment ago.
All right. I think that's it, because I really can't think anymore. Here. I still have a little bit left on my Manhattan.
Oh, goodness.
I'll be finishing that. And then, as you know, Leslie, after the show, I go out on a rock, I sit down, I take my shoes off, and I just weep because
And
these are
to-
weeping times.
Today is kind of one of those.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm sorry that we had to start with such sad
Yeah.
news, but Jim deserved the accolades because
Yeah.
he was quite a character.
Yes, he was. All right. Thank you for listening. It's time for the cannoli. Take the cannoli coming down the aisle here. Look at that cannoli. It's sweet. It's nice. Leslie, what can I do with my schnauzer this weekend?
Like your lottery ticket, scratch your schnauzer.
Scratch it?
Scratch it.
Okay. I'll do that. Fetch on all fours. That's streaming schnauzer. Hey, we'll talk to you Monday. Have a great weekend. It is 3 in the green. Gear is down. Flaps are down. The voice of the globe, the GarrForce, has landed.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce